Working on some serving spoons. This is the first one, is cherry. Needs 2 more days to dry. I sand it, touch it up. Then I put flaxseed oil on it, 2-3 applications. Let it dry overnight, and then I'll put Robert Oliver's woodworking wax on it, and then some Interstate Beeswax paste. And so this is in process, but I'm making out of the same wood. This is all green wood, and that's why I'm letting it dry. I'm gonna gouge that out now. I gotta cut this off here. This one's gonna be a little longer here, but a little corona saw I'll mess with, but that's what's going on. I gouged out the spoon here. Use this as a template. This is a willow early spoon that I made a long time ago, but it's nice. Some tools here, and then my holly, my old gouge here, my Hot Sills hook knife here. That's what I used on here. May use as other tools after, depends on what goes on. But I gouged this out, this cherry wood here. Now I'll chop it with my Collins hunter's axe, finish it with my cold steel throwing axe, which I always use. Also used it to shape some of this out. But yeah, Quiniesmo ferorod. That's what we're doing here. So now I gotta go to town, shape this out. Initially, I use my Collins hunter's axe, and I will use that to shape the major part of the spoon, and then I use my cold steel throwing axe there. I use this very often and do the fine tuning on the axing, and then I'll use my Rapala knife over here. See it right there. It's a martini knife. It says martini right on a blade, but this has a note. This, it says martini right on there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, martini. But it's a nice candy grind, and it does really well on the green cherry. As in not seasoned. It does very well. Just keep that in mind. And so I've been using it, for these spoons here. But and I will use that. And then that's for the fine tuning. So that's what I'm doing here. And we got the chips. We got things going on. Now I'll gouge this out. Well, first I'm gonna draw a picture on it. You don't have to. A lot of my spoons, most of my spoons probably don't have a picture, but it comes out better when you draw like an outline on there. It comes out more the way you want it. But I use my glove, and then my little piece of leather I got in here. When you got the knife and you're doing the final touches to it. So, but that's what's going on. So I do the outline. And I'm going to extend it slightly. And the longer handle's a little better for serving or cooking. Again, this is all going to be chopped out. Now, I'm probably not going to cut in here. I'm just going to chop it out. So it's a little offset on this side because I want to catch a little bit of the white or the sapwood and the heartwood. So it'll be like that. Then I go to town. I'm going to gouge it. It'll be good. going to start on one end here where the handle is, and then I'll do some over here, and then I'll just gouge it out. But take a little while, so I'm going to work on that. When you get down toward the end of your gouging here, don't hesitate to, keep up the lines just a little bit, because you lose track, especially when you got a two-tone and a light color sapwood here. Sapwood tends to peel a lot easier than the hearthwood. And then there's little ridges in there. You can clean that out a little bit. Sometimes it comes out real smooth. You don't even have to sand too much in there. But very soon I'm just going to take the hook knife and kind of clean this out a little bit and touch things up a little bit. Sometimes you could switch this around when you get your hook knife, and you can work on the ridges. Hook knife will take care of that, but meantime, you just mess around here. Continue to work on that, but just keep the lines. It's kind of tough looking at, you got the light and the dark here to see the profile. So I think it's coming along, but yeah. Get some of that out of there. Not sure how deep I want to go on this, but mess with it. And I have 3 hook knives, and each a little different. I have Hutzel's, Beavercraft, and some other Chinese one, but they all serve a purpose. It's like tools, it is a tool, and they'll do a certain thing. The Hutzel's cuts pretty good, but so I'm just gonna cross with the hook knife, kind of clean the lines up a little bit. Just feel in there if you feel ridges or whatever. Again, I make my spoons to be functional. I usually don't make them to be perfect. Hopefully it'll get better as time goes on anyways, but because that'll take the fun out of it for me, and I don't want that to happen. I put my finger in, I'll see how deep this side is as opposed to this side. This side is not as deep as this side, so I'll go deeper with that. And on the greenwood, the end holds out pretty good. Sometimes on a seasoned wood, it blows out on the end. You still make something out of it. So you work it out. And I'm going to dig this end out a little more. Oop. Don't like that slicing action, because that's a real pain in the neck to get out. I'm going to make it deeper over here. Kind of even it up with the other side. Get some big stuff out here, so I'll get back to you. So it's pretty smooth in there now. I'm gonna take this out and then I'm gonna shape all that. But it's kind of hard to tell because you can't see the marks where I drew it around, but it's pretty smooth now. It's pretty good. Now I'm gonna chop it out. Big knot over here, but I'm gonna chop this out, get back to you. Anyways, I have to go. So I roughed the spoon out. Got a lot more work to do on it. Do it later on. Let this dry for 3 days. Cherry. A lot more cherry like this. So, need a little funky corner like that. But just roughed it out, and I have to go. And pretty big scooper here. I fit my hand in there, see? It's pretty good scoop on it, so probably make some more like this, but I have a lot more work to do on this, but I just roughed this out and I have to go. And it's Quintessimo ferorod, just taking you along for my little spoon making. Still consider myself a beginner. Last year was the first time I seriously started, you know, making a lot of spoons and stuff, but so I have a long way to go. But I like it, and I have fun, and I don't want to make them perfect because I won't like it. Functional. But there you go.